Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. Bum, ba-dum. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 ba-da-da-da. He's back. Free this. It is gonna be free on YouTube. Bum, 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 bum. There we go. Let's get that. Restore chat. Give that link again. Pop our chat. Copy that. My man Aizen, hello. Let me get in the doc. YouTube chat. I hate how I always have to get a new doc. Every time there's a new link. Kinda annoying. But that's just how life works. Hello, hey Progress, hey Aizen, hey Techboxnorth, hey Leo. Make sure it's live chat and not top chat. Yes, make sure it's a live chat. Thank you so much. Good idea. Should have everything set up. That should be able. I should be able to close that. Okay, today we're gonna clean up. Oh, by the way, let's look at that. Look at some of these values here. Did not update in 2 days. Okay, so we have 2,900, guys. 1,100 left. Very poggies. Very poggies. Okay, let's do a check here. I created this yesterday. And we should keep that in assets because that's the whip. That's the sprite for the whip. And we have that sprite here. Looking good enough, I would say. So assets.h, assets CPP shouldn't change.
Yeah, sure.
The define, I moved that into define.h. That is also okay, but and in my math, what did we change here? I called it rect circle collision. That's also okay. Now in game CPP, I changed a lot. And so we have to check which changes we want and which ones we don't. So for example, the spawn background breakpoint one is something I want to delete for now. Do I have water? I should probably also get water. LOLW. Okay, so I gave entities IDs. And by default, they have 100 HP. And then I just moved the weapon ID down and changed the weapon to have a whip part. But we could also rework this to have an active weapon, to be an active weapon. Like this active weapon is something I deleted. We could merge those together in a way so that this part right here, can it edit this here? Huh? Can't edit that here. Well, we could just I don't want to undo all of this. Like some stuff is good. How do I make it so that some stuff is good? What does that mean? What does that button do? Okay, so that button basically means undo. Cool. You can't understand this, guys. Guys, you can't understand anything. Can't understand anything. All right, so what do we want to undo? I think we want to make it so that the active weapon is still there. Inherited stage. I think you will want to have the active weapon back. Let's get the active weapon back. Just gonna do this by hand. That active weapon here. Having an ID. Capitalized, time passed. Position, and I don't know if we need the player. What is time passed in the active weapon? Well, it's how long the
YouTube stream. Nicer dice a slicer.
The time passed in the active weapon means when the active weapon was spawned. How long ago it was spawned. Like, for example, an active weapon, it tracks the time it has been active for, yeah. For example, an active weapon could be a floating Bible across your character, and that floating Bible...
YouTube stream,
that active weapon can float around your character. I don't understand why I need the player here, though, TCAP. You need to explain to me why there is an actual player on the active weapon. Is it like a copy of the player stats? I'm gonna get some water real quick. When do you plan to release a demo? Already have a demo out. Done in 1 month. For Vampire Survivors cringe, I'm hyped for Vampire Survivors cringe. It's gonna be done in 1 month. We're gonna program this in 1 month. I didn't even know if I use it, so then we just delete it, right? I don't think we need it. Let's delete it. The Bibles, for example, would need to know what about the player. Yeah, but... so it should be a pointer, possibly. Yeah, but we know what the player is. We just do gamestate.player. To orbit around the player. Yeah, but we do gamestate.player. Why would we need to have that in the active weapon? If we active, like we have a global game state. Global ID? Well, if to do hot code reloading tomorrow, we need to add in the player back. We need to add the player back in. Then we need to do that. But we'll do. By the way, we will do hot code reloading tomorrow, guys. For at least the game. I want the game to be able to do hot code reloading. So that's gonna be interesting, to say the least. And by the way, does anyone, GCAP, do you actually have time to do this tomorrow? Do we have time to do this? Although a pointer will work. Yeah, but we would have to update that pointer. But let's do it like this for now. Okay, what about the index? That is the... that was the activation count, right? How many times it has been activated? The slash counter. Current slash count. Is that what is... is that this integer? Is that it? I don't understand this sub money survivors. I don't think we're gonna sell it, bro. I think we're gonna just release it like that. It's more like a project that shows how you can do this stuff in C++ and you don't need to use Unity for everything. Like, and then in the end, I will probably do some small tutorial videos on the finished product explaining how I did certain things. I could see myself doing that if people would like to see that, of course. Subtime is to know when to do the slashes. When to do the slashes. So it basically counts the sub time passed. Could be done without it by using time passed. Should we try it without using time passed?
Unity sucks my.
Rage survivors. Shrug. Okay, let's do that. Come on. Okay, now we have this active weapon. Looks good. We have a union, we have a whip. Inside that union. And then that active weapon. Okay, so we got that.
Fixer chat. None of my messages is showing match.
Wait. Since I figured I can just wait. Does this setup allow animation cancelling? Since I figure you can just swap weapon and check again. A collector of stuff. This is Vampire Survivors. You don't do any animation cancelling. You just move around. The weapons attack on their own. You don't do shit. You just move using your WASD keys. You literally don't do anything else. And you move over pickups and they pick up by themselves. I never played the game. I'll look at a video of Vampire Survivors. I don't have that much time today, so I could potentially explain it to you, but I think it's better if you just look at it. I just figure you could switch weapons if you have active weapon. Active weapons happen automatically over time. They reactivate all the time. Active weapons count. We probably need that back in here then.
They write this for educational purposes.
And you never will. It plays itself. Exactly. The variable names. It's a confusing name. Maybe it should be called active attack. Okay, let's call it active attack then. I think that's fine. That's a good idea. From a weapon ID. See, I love these coding, these cleanup sessions for coding. I love that. Awesome. So I added in these states, by the way, these separations. It's easier to read that. And let's see, what do we have here? Oh yeah, the safe breakpoints, blah blah blah. Create weapon. I thought that create weapon. I think we have to redo create weapon. Let me see. I think a weapon, does it have a whip? Does a weapon have a whip? Or does an active weapon have a maximum slash count? No, I think it should be called create. Is a create step even necessary? Hi, Watermeal. TTS only works on Twitch chat. I don't have the bot connected to YouTube chat yet. And it's actually quite difficult to connect that to YouTube chat, and even more difficult to read the messages. And even more difficult to keep track of followers. I don't like init functions if I can avoid them. Is that even necessary? Let me see. Don't know. Without TTS, what am I? TTS is on Twitch. It still works on TTS. You just have to open the Twitch chat. And the Twitch chat is displayed on the bottom left. In case you're wondering. Active attack. Twitch has free TTS, yeah. So we don't need this, but we need a max/count.
No TTS.
Oh god. Holy shit. That's a little bit more difficult to do. I think a weapon then just has time passed. Time passed, time active. No, a weapon needs to have a time pass too, because a weapon activates itself. And then when it activates, it goes and does a certain thing. And then it is on cooldown, and then it activates again. And then it, it activates itself again. Like it creates like some sort of active weapon. Or an active attack. So I guess we'll just delete all of that code. We're gonna have to rewrite some code, because I'm just basically, we are cleaning up the data a bit. You think it could be, yeah, but how do we get in a level? That's why I have the create weapon function, because of the level over here. We need to know how many slashes we do based on the level of the weapon. And I mean, we could just put an int level here and then just get our weapon and level it up. But I still would like to have some sort of add weapon function that adds a weapon to a player. Weapons create attacks. They are never active, yeah. Attacks is what's currently called active weapon. No, active attack. Active attack. I called it active attack already. And now, a weapon can have a level, and based on that level, it creates an active attack, and that active attack should also have a level then. Or some data. Like an active attack should have an int max/count. Or it's a constant based on the level of the attack. Like we could either have a maximum/count here, or an int level on the active attack. I think I'd rather set it like this. And then we have the level on the weapon. We don't duplicate the data. We could also put it here, and then that is a constant. We don't need to store the data here. I mean, we can do it both ways. I don't think it matters that much. Yeah, because we have this /count and stuff. So create weapon. Let's look at that. Duration can be greater than cooldown, so keep the data inside weapon doesn't work as well. Although I guess you just have arrays. Yeah, no, we create it like that. I think an active attack is not bad. And then if we don't create a weapon anymore, but we can add a weapon to the player. I don't know, player adds weapon ID and level. I think that's what I want to do. And yes, these arrays will be changed later. I don't know if we get to that now, but we should focus on one thing at a time. We should not do too many changes at once, because that's what I tried doing yesterday, and that is too much. We need to do small, simple changes, especially in the beginning, because we now have more. We are smarter. We are smarter than we were 2 years ago, right? We are, right? So we need to make sure that we use that smartness and add that, you know. Copium. We need to, we definitely need to handle this here. Or maybe it's displayed in the options. I don't know, maybe to do. Array index. We can't add infinite active weapons. Some have to be passive effects. So we're gonna have to come to that back in the future. Okay, now we have this add weapon thing. I think the get collider stuff is nice. Internal get collider. The rest should be fine. Game state, total time, random angle. The spawn system should be fine too. Okay, now we get to those changes. I think I will just delete all of this code and we do it again. Cakez is gonna drop that bounce checking code as soon as he sees the performance impact. Okay, so we get that back. We undo those, all of those. So the active weapons. That's what we do. Active weapons. That's what we add back in. We add. Wait, what about this? What is this? Player skills. We start here. We just delete everything we did yesterday and write that code again today. Okay. We just do everything again. This should be on top. I think it crashed, yeah. Seems to have issues with giant reloads of functions. Badge. Okay, we're gonna get a bunch of errors now. Create weapon identifier not found. That would be player add weapon.
Attention. Building completed.
We add the whip
Building completed.
to the player. We don't have unlocked weapons. Okay. Now it's time we work on fixing the code. Let's do it the same way. It's huge. The standard library doesn't include it in release builds either. Cakez is gonna drop that. Now we'll see. We'll see what we do. Okay, now first of all, we change these indices. Okay. To proper indices, TCAP. What is that underscore I? Where is that coming from? Underscore I. Underscore. Change the underscore to EDX. Like a normal human being would do. Who does write underscore I? Now what is he doing? A player skills start. So for every weapon he increases the time passed. And if it is greater than a cooldown, I guess we switch on the active weapon type and then we set the cooldown like that. Yep. Right. Const expression const. So we set the cooldown. I don't know what you set the cooldown to. I think it was... What was the cooldown of the skill? Was it 0.5 seconds? No, it was much higher, right? Oh, actually I can see it here. it's 1. Look at this guy doing 1 instead of 0.5. Yeah, it's just misuse of it. But you don't like this? Dice of cringe? Why? What is your problem with this? I mean, we are like, yes, I'm programming a little bit more on this than you, but we are doing this together. What do you not like about that? No, just dot the OF lol W. Okay, skill. No, wait, it's weapon whip break. Not needed, so don't use it. True. I mean, if it's not needed. I like to be clear, but yeah. Okay, so. And we say while time passed is greater than skill cooldown, we create an active weapon. So over here we create an active weapon. Oh, it's an active attack. So it's an AA. And that active attack has a whip. And that whip has a max slash count. Let's just get all the data in here so we can look at it better. So first of all, the AA.ID is the W ID. Then the time passed is 0. The whip and the position. The position depends. It needs to be a middle position, right? It needs to be a position in the middle because we're creating it there. I think it should move out based. But we need those positions back. But actually the active attack can just be put. Do we need a position for the active attack? I don't think we need the damaging areas, but maybe I'm stupid. But nah, maybe we do. We need damaging area, yeah. Okay, well, okay, so the whip dot max slash count is W level is less than 2. 3. Otherwise, W level less than 5. Question mark? 4. Otherwise, it's 5. So we do 3 slashes, then 4, then 5. Depending on the level. And I just came up with this randomly. So we have AA.whip. Dot current slash count does not need to be set because it's 0. So we only need to set the ID. And then we're left with the position. Where do we put, what is the position of that? The active attack. I guess it could be game state.player.position. Needed for it would always be around the player. I don't know. Like an active attack. Like for example, a Bible is always an active damaging area. But a whip creates a damaging area every once in a while. And then an active weapon like the fire wand creates a giant fireball that flies, which is, I guess, a flying damaging area, but it's also an active attack. So I don't know exactly how we could model that. Probably want to spawn always at the player position. Yeah, probably. Needed? Question mark? We could say a needed question mark. I guess the future will tell us, right? But for now, we just spawn it at the player position. To do. Templated. Erase test. Okay. Now I'm switching. I don't like this very much. I'm switching on the weapon ID here. I get a cooldown, but then I should probably also fill in the active attack, right? In the same, like fill in data for active attack. This is kind of annoying, but otherwise I would have to do this twice. Okay. Let's do it like this for now. Unlocked weapons. Okay, player skills start. Unlocked weapons. Continue. No, we have a weapon count for now. So the weapon index is player.weapon count. And this can go away.
Attention.
Oh yeah, that's game state.player.
Attention. Building completed.
Oh, then we don't have that much left. This is AA, not AW.
Attention.
And it's no longer... Oh, we should also not call it active weapons, but active attacks.
Get over here!
Oh, someone just followed on Twitch. Nice, thank you so much, bro. Active attacks count.
Attention. Building completed.
Very boggy. Oh, my man. What are you gonna do today on your game, TCAP? Man, I'm happy that my game that I got... I'm happy. I'm just happy. Active weapons count. Okay, so now, wait. Active attacks count. Oh, active
Attention.
weapon index.
Building completed.
EDX. Wait, that's just active weapons. Oh, active weapons start. Okay. Active attacks count. That's an active attack. Some debug shit add arbitrary stats to towers. Arbitrary attacks. Why do you add some random attacks? Stats, sorry. Because I have no way of setting the damage of towers to 100 million, so I want the debug UI to mess with the stats. Oh, I see. Okay, we call that first frame. Why do we need that first frame thing? Okay, now we switch on the active attack ID. I'm GUI. The fuck what?
Attention. Building completed.
I'm GUI? Bruh?
Attention. Building completed.
First frame is in case there is something needs to happen in the first frame. The skill is active. Oh, I see. Could also be done in the activation code. Okay. Alright, let me see. Skill duration. That should be part of whip. Cons expression skill duration, and then sub delay skill duration. We get the whip, and if it's the first frame, I need to look at the data. Active attack again. We only have time passed now. So divide should be by max slash. Then it can't be a const expression anymore, right? I think. We need to do whip dot max slash count. Nope, yeah. It's fine though. I'm gonna remove the const expression here too. Just because I like having it. And I like it when the two floats are next to each other, okay, bro? I like that. I like it. It's not shit. I like it. What is this doing? What is this doing? Now we have a skill duration, and we have a sub delay. So that's basically, or let's call it the whip delay, or let's just call it delay. That's just the delay between each activations, or let's call it, yeah, the damage delay, or the damaging, let's just call it delay. So if it's the first frame, that was needed for the sub delay system. So I think that can go away, right? Just use auto so it looks nicer. Changing code because text editor is bad as of Probably want to keep, but for what? What is this doing? Wait. First of all, for every active attack, we do IA time passed plus equals data time. We wanna do that either at the top or at the end. And if active time is greater or equal than slash count times delay. Yeah. So if time passed times delay. This is slash count stuff. Yeah. Active time. Yeah. So if or while whip. No, while the active weapon, the active attack times time passed is greater than whip dot current slash count times delay. Right? We want to spawn a whip. That's what we want to do. We need first frame here. Really? You sure about? Well, not really. Yo, I got a notification on my phone and it turns out Cakez is streaming. Oh, stuck at my man. Hell yeah, bro. Thanks for joining. It will work fine, never mind. I think it works, right? Now we need the offsets. These are the positions or the offsets. We wanna spawn whips. But I guess we can put that here. Const expression vec2 offsets. Holy shit, bruh. You know what I like about new and small projects? You just learn a lot. Have you ever considered working with a publisher, Cakez? What the fuck? Yes. And no. Because I don't have money.
You're wrong.
You're wrong. And yeah, like my ears are bleeding. Never mind, skips all my message anyways, dance game. Not to be toxic, but I don't think the code is readable. I have no idea what is going on here. Never mind, skips all my message anyways. Little bitch. What you just say? No,
that's a lot of damage!
Dev's there? Yes, there.
Lil Bish.
Imagine that I was on!
Cakez skips all my messages anyway. Cakez skips all my messages anyway. Constructive criticism. Toxic, bitch. Toxic. If I miss a message, then because I missed the message. Okay? And I don't know copium. Copium.
NVM, Cakez skip all my messages anyway, dance game.
Fuck you.
Constructive clown.
You wanna get banned, bitch? You wanna get banned?
Can you write some code?
He's fucking softwares! 150. And what is this size, by the way? What is that? That's like in the middle on top. And I guess we'll put the middle on bottom. And then I guess since we have one on the left and mine is 50, that should be one on 50. Like some sort of ring. That's That TTS literally said Cakez. Cock. Okay, now we have the offsets over here. We need to make sure that we have 5. And then over here, we can add a damaging area. And we need to make sure that the...
Last time Cakez wrote a single line of code, 26 minutes ago.
That is literally a lie. That's literally a lie. It is literally a lie. You are literally lying.
Is a German clown.
You are literally lying.
Gained his fame by smashing a desk.
So I don't know about those scaling things here, but I think this is times 10 and times 2.5 in X and Y. I wanted to make it so that we scale in X by 1 and by 1 in Y as well. In this case. Copium wasn't meant for you, not like this. You know what's really sad, guys? You know what's really sad? I cannot pop out the YouTube chat. I cannot pop out the YouTube chat because then the bullshit happens that the chat doesn't update. So I have to put it on OBS. And this is how my chat looks. You know what's really sad? You want to see something that is really sad? Really, really sad? That's how my chat looks on OBS.
The real sad thing is that
Nobody asked.
Shut up! Yeah, look at all of this index stuff this guy is doing. This guy's doing here like. Blah, 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 blah.
OBS stand for old bullshit.
do someone know what he is coding?
Hey, that's toxic. What is this, by the way? If... Oh, so you increase the time afterwards? Well, we could make it so that it is equals, right? And then it spawns it on the first frame, and then we increase the time after that. But I think we can increase the time first, then make it so that it's...
In German we say work.
Or we increase the time after that. Do we increase the time after this? I'm working with Cakez code. That's the best I can do, clueless. Okay, wow, that's so fucking toxic. Wow. I'm working with Cakez code and fucking trash. Remove true? What is this code, my friend? Huh? What is that code? If literally the time passed of the AA is greater than the skill duration with no underscore, please, but a proper thing like that. Oh, we need a skill duration, huh? We don't need that bool as well. Skill duration is 0.0f. .25f. Decap cringe, but Cakez double cringe. Under certain conditions. Because the text can also remove themselves, maybe, under certain conditions. Okay, well, we'll do it afterwards. It's fine. I think it's not a big deal. And the bool remove false can also go away. And then, if the time passed is greater than the skill duration, what we do is we take the game state dot active, and you're gonna tell me if this GCAP, if this is easier in the in the templated way than what I'm about to write, right? We have active attacks, not weapons. Right? We set the value of the active attack. See, the value of the AA is the value of the game set active attacks on game state.active attacks count.
A cringe man will always think he's based.
Minus mice.
But a
minus
based
minus.
man is truthful to his cringe
And then we do
self.
AA EDX minus minus and we continue.
Nothing is easier with templates.
Well, actually, we don't need to continue because it's the last thing, but yeah. You will still have to do the inix. You will just call add remove and swap. You will still have to do the inix minus minus. We'll still have to do inix minus minus. Yeah, okay, good.
Attention.
Wow, look how
Building
many, how little errors we have now. We only have 3 errors. And this is supposed to be an... Is it? Do you do auto pointer?
Attention.
It's an automatic
Building
pointer,
completed.
guys. It's an
Do
automatic...
not remove the part of you that is cringe. Remove the part that cringes.
Remove continue. Okay, I'll continue. I just want to make sure that this is the last thing. No need for... Pointer? No need for pointer?
Attention. Building completed.
Oh, okay. No need for that. Okay.
Attention.
Oh, look at that! Cool! This is AA. Plus offsets.
Attention. Building completed.
Hey, it works!
Attention.
5-head.
Building
Yes.
completed.
Master,
Yes. Tell me.
the calculations are in, and,
Yeah?
the powers of your brain are overwhelming.
It's to be
Attention.
expected. Yeah.
Building completed.
Oh, perfect. Like, perfect with the compilation of code.
You're wrong.
You're wrong. Your mommy. Oh, look at that. It's spawning the wrong one, but it's... Let me see. Oh, look at that. Oh, is that cool? Okay. Next one. Damaging area. Auto makes no difference. Now we go over the damaging areas. This is also a little bit wrong because the indices need to be handled better. Yeah, then it needs to be EDX. And then we do EDX here. It's starting to shape up to a very nice game. Tomorrow we will do a little bit more cleaning up. Const expression vec 2. Do you have a const expression constructor for vec 2 class? Const expression vec 2? Is there some const expression vec 2 over here? No. It's, excuse me, it's literally just a vector 2. You don't need to have a const expression class. I guess C++ just generates that for you. So we get a damaging area on the damaging area index. And then what is that? Percentage left. I think this is wrong. Also, the sprite depends on... Oh, the damaging area needs to have a sprite ID. Yeah. So when we add a damaging area... We need to supply a sprite ID, I think. Sprite whip. A sprite effect. Whip. Guys, I need to go to the bathroom.
Attention. Building
I literally need to go to the bathroom. Context expression back 2. I think they'll need to initialize at runtime. Without it. Doesn't matter, really. Like, really doesn't really... Yeah, it doesn't really... Guys, I need to go to the bathroom real quick. Let's see how that looks.
completed.
Wait, no, it's not done yet.
To do this,
Draw sprite, DA size. How do we get the DA size? Damaging area size. Hopefully you get the sprite here. Something. I think you're creating collider radius that's too small.
Attention.
Not to
Building
trip on your code or anything? No, it's fine. No, it's okay. No. It's too small. It's literally too small. Possibly the collider was confusing. Yeah, the collider. Okay, guys, I need to go to the bathroom real quick. I have literally no idea if this is supposed to be 240 or not. And then this is supposed to be 32.
Attention.
It might be.
Building completed.
I need to go to the bathroom. Yeah, be right back. Look at that, eh? Oh, cool.
Monka Heli watches White Peepo happy smokes while running over civilians of Chicago, and Fat Dank Peepo is also there too.
That's G. The hitbox looks kinda sus, yeah. The hitbox is not entirely correct.
So we meet again, Mr. Chair. It's been a while. You look good, older, more wise and refined.
Oh, you're gonna get this too, T-Cap. Whenever you have a camera and you need to go to the bathroom, you're gonna get the chair stream as well. The chair stream meme. Just wait. Just wait and see. I'm telling you. T-Cap is chat.
Attention.
We will bring Cam, I'm sure. I usually don't leave at all. Do you not drink? Yeah, look, that's what I had before. Look how big that is. So, I guess that was scaling. So we want to actually scale that to 1. That's what I had yesterday. Anyone remember that? So this is scale
Attention. Building
of the damaging area. You already ordered it, I think? Yeah, he did. He did order the webcam yesterday. So, we now have these, but the size of the colliders is wrong.
Has a fancy BRB screen. Never actually goes to BRB.
Only the area code copium. Yeah. Athanos donated 25 bucks, so I bought it. Yeah, I told you, T-Cap. Huh? Was a good idea to set up a donation goal, right? Look, if you never streamed, and you never set up a donation goal, you would have never have a camera right now. I mean, it's coming to you. So you don't have it yet, but it's coming to you. Only linked full name and area code, Kappa. Still doesn't display where you live then. Okay, now the active attacks, and let's call that active attacks. Damaging area start. So we get a damaging area, we get the sprite, we draw the sprite. The sprite is being drawn correctly, I think. That's nice. God, is that annoying?
This better source of beeping have no archivs and the living in a louse gumps if I hope beep houses only like no shitjiman.
Damaging area edx. Minus minus. And then continue. The value of damaging area is that. So we basically make it so that if the time has passed, remove the damaging area. Otherwise, scuffed pushing thing. Yeah. So. And he's also doing circle collision. We wanna do circle rectangular collision. That would be the collider. The damaging area collider is DA dot position and DA dot size times % left. Now we have our rectangular collider. And then we go over, what is that maximum? And then we go over all the enemy indices. We get ourselves an enemy. And for that we get the collider. Of the enemy. Then we check for circle rect collision. Or was it rect circle collision? Rect circle collision. Yeah, we check for rect circle collision. We supply the DA collider and the enemy collider. I try to use cake style, but sometimes I forget to bait it. It's okay. I mean, he's not doing it on purpose. I wouldn't necessarily think that he's using that on purpose. But I need your help, Cakez, right now. This draw sprite function. How is this drawn? Cakez doing snake case and Cakez doing camel case, like the two fighting each other in this project. How is this drawn? What is the position? Is that the middle position? Is draw sprite, is that position the middle position? The DA position, is that the middle point? The center. Okay, so that's the center. I didn't touch that. Because, look, what I'm thinking about what we could do. If this is the player, right? That's the player. Now, we spawn a damaging area, right? On the player. We spawn it over here. And then since we spawn it over here, we want, if you look at the animation, I think it stretches out like that. Right, so it starts here and then it expands like this. That makes sense. At least that's what it looks like in the recordings of Vampire Survivors. Let's look. It's a bit fast. Did I fuck. Oh wait, maybe it doesn't. No, it doesn't look... No, actually it starts here. I think the middle point of it is right here where the mouse is. It's still here where the mouse is. No, actually it starts here in the middle point and then expands outwards. So it's fine. Okay, I think it's fine. It's still fine. We can do it like that. That's good. Because now we also get a push direction. We take the DA position towards our enemy and
Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
Searching through each enemy for collision. Frowny face. Yeah. We will implement a, like, what is that called? Grid system. But for now, we just, like, the first step when you implement something, get it done. Get it working. And then make it better after that. But first, get it working. We literally don't even have it working.
Attention. Building completed.
Let's see how it looks. Oh. They need to be faster, but otherwise... Oh, the push direction is sweet. The collider is not big enough, guys. The collision of this is abysmal. Why is the collider so small? Oh, I know why. I know why. It also hits every frame. Yeah. That's also. Should keep a list of already yet. Yeah, we have that on the. We have that. I just didn't. No, I know why. It's minus DA size divided by 2. Because the position is the middle position. Right? So we need to remove half the size. And then take the full size down. Because it needs to be a rectangle. Huh? Also, the push is like kinda cringe, right? Let's make it 10 times as strong.
Attention. Building complete.
Also, the sub duration is too small for me. Like the animation duration, how fast that goes. I want the DA duration to be much shorter. Whip, damaging area, over 0.25. At least. You're missing a multiplier by percent done. Oh yeah, true.
Attention. Building completed. Building completed.
Probably want a variable for the actual size. Probably, yeah. Let's do that. It's starting to get error prone.
Attention. Building completed.
Yeah, let's create the head thing after that. Still doesn't hit them. It's too small. It's too small. It only hits like a very small area. Dark Collider in the club. Gets Collider. Easy. Area. Float scale. 1.0 would be nice. I know that my rectangle circle collision works. Something seems messed up in the collision functions or something. It's fine. We can basically try it out now. In update game. I think I have an input mouse position world. Right?
Attention. Building complete.
Not a member of input. I don't. We don't have an input mouse position. Oh, I have a mouse position screen. Perfect.
Attention.
So I guess we will just draw a quad. Position size at 100. Let's do a rect quad, which is 100. 100. 100. 100. And then we draw the quad. Quad dot position. Quad dot size. Draw quad function does not take 2 arguments. It should only take 2 arguments, bro. Color? It should be, by default, it should be white. Bruh.
Attention. Building complete.
We can draw the quad and then around the mouse. Do we have draw circle? We actually have a draw circle function. Or have a scuffed version, but okay. At a position. It takes in a circle, right? What is a circle? Position and radius. That would be input dot mouse position screen. Maybe it is pushing it 1 frame and then pushing it back the other. Something seems messed up in the collision functions. First, I need to make sure that it is not my rectangle circle collision detection. It shouldn't, but let's just check that it is not. Let's do a radius of 100 pixels as well.
Attention.
Okay, let's just look real quick. I should have a circle around my mouse and a quad. Now, now we have a vec for color, which is color white. And then we can do if. Let's do that here, I guess. If rect circle collision. Was it circle rect collision? Huh? Ah, okay. Then we set the color to color red on the circle.
Attention. Building completed. Attention.
Okay.
Building completed.
Yeah, it's, see how it's like the last quad that I draw seems to be not. But yeah, look. Oh look, it seems like it's colliding here too, which is definitely not correct. I think I might have fucked up some code. We are 100%. Wait, TCAP. GCAP. Betrayed Edge. TCAP. This box is positioned wrong. It's literally positioned in the wrong location. No, actually, it's correct. It's positioned in the correct location. Wait, I'm a dumbass. It's actually correct. Because the collision detection has to be done... I hate that. But I need to draw the quad. And then I need to do quad dot position minus equals quad dot size divided by 2. Because it's...
Attention. Building completed.
It's drawing the quad... Like, it's drawing the quad in the middle. The quad middle position. Wait. 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 We have a quad. Let's just do plus quad size. Quad dot size divided by 2. Your rect collision assumes the quad origin is top left. Yeah. That's what it does. Now it should collide properly. Okay, now it collides properly. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It collides properly now. So this function is correct. I have an idea. We are just drawing. We will just draw the collider. We'll just draw the collider. How about that? Draw what?
Attention. Building completed.
I would just make a rect top left collide and a rect center collide. I think it's nice to be able to specify whether rect is drawn from center or top left. Look at the collider is wait, why is the collider so small? It's literally just a point. Huh? It's 1,1. Of course it is 1,1. It is, oh, you see, that's why you set it for size. Oh, oh, I see. Oh, this is why I don't like scale. You know, this is why I don't work with scale. I'm so used to working with, I set a fixed size on my quad and then this texture just blends itself onto the quad. I don't like the scale part at all. I'm not totally not used with the scale. Like, its size is so confusing here. That's supposed to be a scale. That's what I do too. Yeah, then we have to change that. But it was like that before, bro. I never had it set to scale. Huh? Literally, like, that is, you never had that. The sprite decided the size. Size, I know. Okay. I guess we'll have to rework that tomorrow. I wanna get my YouTube video done, so I will probably stop in something like 10 minutes when we have fixed this collider issue. I guess we'll do I guess I'll keep it like that. Think about the interface off stream. And then change that tomorrow. I don't like the scale part here at all. I don't like it at all. I'd rather have... Like, you need to supply the sprite ID. Whether or not you like it. And then this should not be a scale. By the way, how do you draw a quad in your game when you don't know, or when you might not know the size of the sprite? It's an easy fix, I think. Just don't use sub size. Wait, is that the only place in code where we actually call draw sprite? Enemy scale. We have more than one. Look, unit scale. Inside draw sprite. Look, we have scales here. We're supplying we're supplying scales here. Nah, it's not that simple. Nah. No, it needs to be done properly. I need to think about that. It's fine. This is something that you need to be... you need to think about it a little bit more. How you want to do it. I think. And I have been on... yeah, I'm like past 6 hours already, right? So I'm basically approaching the 7-hour mark. I actually have the 7-hour mark already, I think. So yeah. I should take it slow and then think about how I want to do that, and then we'll do that tomorrow. And then tomorrow we can also do the... If this works, then tomorrow we can also make the arrays and stuff and clean up a bit more, so we can basically push big steps forward. Like with tile sets, having like a nice background than what we have currently. We need to have a very good contrast between background and foreground. And if anyone in chat, by the way, if any one of you guys has a good idea of for a what is that called? If anyone has a good idea for a
Arusius.
For a good color palette that we could use. Feel free to tell me about it, because I wanna use an actual color palette. See you at breakfast tomorrow. 80 bucks north, my man. I wanna use an actual color palette in this project and not create one myself, and then limit myself to the colors of that palette. And see what we can create. I wanna have a color palette with a lot of color 0 black, color 1 white kappa. Yeah, so that's something that I wanna do. Okay, let me see. That is a vec2 size. I have to stream dog leave. Vec2 size is. Oh wait, vec2 sub. Vec2 sprite size is vec2. Don't delete all my code. Don't delete all my code.
Attention.
Okay, I think I just it should now work. Oh my god. Makes it ginormous, of course. We can't use the sprite size here because this is actually a scale. Let's label it as a scale, put it here. And then we use the scale. We can get the sprite size down here.
Attention. Building completed.
I think that's better. Let's see if that works. Why are they so... Do I really have to not move them? Interesting.
Attention. Building completed.
Okay, it seems like it works. Why is only the first one blue? By the way, can someone explain to me why only the first one is blue? I think that's another mistake. But okay, I think it looks good. Now it should look good.
Attention. Building completed.
Let me do a to-do here. To-do. Only the first one is blue.
Attention. Building completed.
Yeah, it looks. That looks better. They're all being smashed in this one direction. Barely anything is being smashed into the other direction. Why are they all being smashed into that direction? Look, they are all being smashed in this direction, huh? They're coming back! It's starting to lag. Okay, one more thing. We can do one more thing. We have, on a damaging area, we have hit enemies. Hit enemy IDs. And we can create a helper function that takes in internal bool has hit enemy. It takes in an int enemy ID, I think, and it takes in a damaging area, DA, and it just does a for loop. Hit index is less than DA dot. I need to look at the data when programming. Otherwise, I don't know what I'm working with. Damaging area dot hit enemies count and hit edx plus plus. And then if we can do bool hit false and return a return hit. And then if something happens, we set hit to true. And that if something means if the DA dot hit enemy IDs on hit index is the same as the enemy ID. Then we set it to true and we break.
Attention.
We can use that
Building
function
completed.
in the damaging area code. For every enemy, we can check if has hit enemy. That takes in the value of the damaging area. When you start thinking like this, it starts taking 5 times time to code. Sad but true. What? When you start thinking like this? What do you mean when you start thinking like this? Eh? What do you mean, bro? Huh?
Attention. Building complete. Attention. Building complete.
Okay, and if not, if they are colliding, then we are hitting the enemy, we are pushing it, and we're also adding it DA hit enemy IDs on DA hit enemies count plus plus is enemy ID.
Attention. Building complete.
Now they only hit once. And we could also do something. Enemy. HP. I really need to look at... Yeah, enemy HP. Minus equals 50 points. And then if enemy HP is less than or equal to 0, it can only be equal to 0. Then we do the value of enemy is... This YouTube chat is so weird. Yeah, it's weird. The messages seem to come in random order. Really? You sure about that? This chat on the right side regarding color palettes, do you know low spec? Oh, real super good. Thank you so much. You are in top chat. Yeah, oh. You need to go to live chat. Click on the drop down and turn it into live chat. Low spec, I think I know about this website, yes. I'm gonna look here. I just don't know which one to pick from all of these different colors. No idea what the fuck the difference is. YouTube will hide messages from you. If they seem like spam in top chat. I literally had that on my the third day or something, and it was terrible. Okay, so enemy. The value of enemy is the value of game state dot enemy count on game state dot enemies on minus game state count, and then we do enemy edx minus, and we do continue. So first we do the damage calculation, and then we set the hit stuff. Push away, and add to hit. Targets. And then over here, that is the damage. Here, if enemy HP is less than 0, we remove that one, and then we continue. And push away should probably be 10 or something. Let's try 10 again.
Do you have top chat set in a YouTube window? Chat ain't updating.
No, I don't. I have live chat. I sometimes, I think it works. It's a little bit, yeah. Also on YouTube, there's not as many viewers as on Twitch. On Twitch, I have way more. So that could be that the chat is just slower. You know. Let's see. Why is that so many? And then we have a function that spawns enemies every 5 seconds. And then we have a player whose HP is 300. And then we have enemies whose attack is 10. And we also need an attack cooldown. And then every time we update enemies, we check if they are colliding. Move the enemy. After moving the enemy, if enemy push time, push direction, move pixels, normalize. Enemy direction. After that, we check if colliding with player, and then we deal damage. So we do for every enemy. Attack time is max of enemy attack time plus delta time and 0.5 F. Okay, and then if they are colliding, Hello. Hey, Miat. Good morning. Hello there. Hello. Chat is just updated for me. Was way behind. Never mind. Yeah, that's what happened to me the other day. I had the exact same issue. But, you know, it's even worse for streamer because you have, like, literally no messages showing for, like, half an hour. And then all of a sudden, YouTube decides to update your chat. And boom. You get, like, 50 messages. It's terrible. I don't know who came up with a system like that. But it's literally terrible. Like, a streaming platform, you can't use that as a streaming platform then. Anyway, so we do the if here. If we are colliding, so let's see. We need to have our collider. Get collider from the enemy. And then we have the player collider. Do we have to get collider functions? Yeah. The game state. We get the player of the collider and then we check if we have circle collision using the collider and the player collider. And if we have that, then we need to check if enemy attack time is greater than or equals attack delay, and we need to set that attack delay. So that would be attack delay here. And if that is the case, then let me see, attack delay, we deal damage. Oops. To the player. We do game state dot player dot HP minus equals enemy attack, and we set the enemy attack time to 0. We attack this frame, we set it back to 0. And we also check if game state dot player dot HP is less than 0 or equal to 0, which will reach 0 equal with 0. If it is less than 0, then we just call init game and we return. In this case, I think that works. Circle collision does not take 2 arguments. Or it takes a push out. I guess we'll supply 0. Do I need to supply 0? I don't want us to have to supply push out.
Building completed.
Okay, let's see what happens if a bunch of enemies attack me now. If the game just resets. Okay, that is too much. They attack too much. I think I made a mistake with the attack time. I increased attack time. Oh, it takes the minimum. It's the minimum, not the maximum. I don't have a minimum function?
Completed.
Really? Yes. I hate TCAP.
Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
Try that again. Now, I should die after like a couple of hits. I can stand 30 hits before I die. Yeah, and then it restarts. Now we actually have like a small game. It's not perfect, but at least we have like a small game loop and then it restarts. Also, I don't understand how that works. But for some reason, I'm spawning way too many enemies the first time around. Can someone explain how that works? I literally initialize OpenGL first and then initialize the game. I mean, does seeding take so long? I literally then just calculate delta time and update the window and update the game. Why do I have like a bunch of enemies spawning at the very beginning? And that only happens...
Attention. Building complete.
That only happens when I don't use vertical sync. Look, if I use vertical sync,
Attention. Building complete.
that does not happen. See how there's only a few spawning? See that? But if I use vertical sync, it spawns me a bunch of them.
Building completed.
Also 150 is a little bit too high. See how many there spawns? I think it should one-shot them. Yeah, I don't know why that happens. I hate when that happens. It must be this loop. I don't know what that loop exactly. It must be my fucked up spawning system. I'm just gonna add in the spawn timer into the game. I don't know how to do this with total time. So spawn timer. We add in the spawn timer every frame. And then we just check if the spawn timer is greater than the spawn rate or while game state dot spawn timer is greater than spawn rate. We add in enemies and decrease spawn rate times delta time. No, spawn rate times delta time wouldn't make any sense. Progress. Because this is just a fixed time. That's a time. After 0.1 second has passed, so 10 times a second, I would like to spawn enemies. So currently it's spawning 10 enemies a second, which might be a bit too much. We could playtest a bit and see what feels good. We have the current damage, but I should also set the damage to 100. Oh yeah, game state dot spawn timer minus equals spawn rate. So every time I spawn an enemy, I remove the spawn rate.
Building completed.
Oh yeah, and that needs to be true. We want that to be vertically synced.
Attention. Building
okay,
completed.
I think that is going to be it for now. That should be fine. Yeah, so vertical sync. Also, I think that... Let me fix one more thing. I should one-shot them. Like, they should be one-shot. So, let me try forwards here, if that changes anything.
Attention. Building completed.
No, looks good. Okay, so the thing that I had before was bad. Let me try 0.1 with true. And... Oh yeah, the damage. Instead of 50 damage, we do 100. So essentially, we just kill the enemy.
Attention.
But I leave the damage code in here because later on the enemies might have more HP and stuff. We could actually make it so that the enemies have more HP based on time. Should we do that? Yeah, let's do that. Like, how much do they get based on time? How much HP do they get based on time? When we spawn, we set the enemy... is plus equals game state dot total time I guess they get 1 HP every second, and instead of 100 damage we deal 200, and so the first 100 seconds are easy, but then once we reach 200 seconds, it's gonna be difficult to beat them. And I guess we set the spawn. The gameplay comes from surviving this hell, this bullet hell. Also, the collider is not really, it's not working 100% as I want it to work. Like, it works better on this side than it works on the other ones. Yeah, see how that one collider over there doesn't really extend towards the left. It seems to be extending very easily to the right, but the left one is not correct. So there's still a bug, but okay, it's fine. We are approaching 2 hours. That's more or less what I wanted to do. So we had like a nice cleanup session today. And then tomorrow we do more cleanup and then fix these colliders properly. I'll probably also create a draw box function so we can actually draw a box collider, not in a giant quad. And then we know how the collider looks over time. We can slow it down to the point where we can actually see what is going on. Then we can also try... to... we'll probably also make the hot code reloading in C++. So we can basically just, you know, keep working on the program while we change the game. Thank you, Gates. Hey, Satak, my man, good morning. Hello! Made the slashes better. Almost work now. The player can now die, which resets the level. No, that's a good bit of code that we did today. I'm happy. I hope you are happy too, guys, because I'm about to head out. I don't have a goodbye song on here. Maybe we have a good one. I don't know. Is that a good one? I guess we take that one, your story. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I'll be online same time, same place tomorrow. The YouTube streams, like, they shift a little bit how fast I am on Twitch. Askas here. Yeah, hey, my man, thank you for joining like always, guys. Thanks everyone for joining and participating and helping out. And I'll see you tomorrow, right? I hope you have a great day.